My story starts when my parents got divorced, and I think I was about 8 years old at the time. And once they got divorced, my mom sent me to live with her parents in Bangalore. And my grandparents were quite conservative, and they were Malayali, so it sort of had an funny and curious effect on how I was raised around um, girls of the same age. Because being in a conservative Mallu family meant that girls are part of another world which you could never access, and because you could never access that world, you'd come up with stories and delusions of your own in your own head, because you spent most of your time just with other guys, wondering what the other people were talking about. When I moved in with my grandparents, they sent me to Kendriya Vidyalaya, a central government school where it was co-ed, and but funnily enough, we never spoke to the girls. The girls and the boys were always separated in class, and never asked to speak to each other. And it was quite odd when I look back to it, but back then it was just how we were raised, And because it was that way, there were lots of funny stories and myths that we came up about the opposite sex. The most amusing one is about chromosomes. So apparently, if you walk past a girl or touched another girl with your arm or brushed up against her, you would exchange some sort of chromosome, and that would make you, I don't know, happier or better off, or I don't know, something weird. The better myths came up when we were talking about sex, and this is in class 4 or 5. The biggest myth that went around, there were always questions. So, what exactly is sex? Is it just two women lying in a bed, a man and a woman lying in a bed next to each other naked? Is that enough for you to create a baby? How are babies made? We had no answers to any of that. By the time I'd reached the seventh grade, I'd just about discovered porn. And by porn, I mean just this horrible website known as Pink World, which is, I think, every Indian boy's gateway into the world of porn. And that website, I'd switch it on, I'd feel guilty for looking at it, then I'd switch it back off again. One day, I was just sitting down and had no idea what was going on with my penis, so I decided to start stroking it, and it just felt good. And one day, I just got a little overexcited, and that's when it happened. I really figured out everything for myself, and I really do wish there was someone there to tell me what the hell was going on, and what the hell was happening to my body, because I had no idea that any of this was normal. I thought I was a freak for feeling this way, and I couldn't talk to anyone. I couldn't talk to my parents about it because I was ashamed. I couldn't talk to my grandparents about it because I was ashamed. And yeah, it just led to a lot of delusions in my head.